The tires, my recommendation are two different brands of tires. BF Goodrich Sport Comp 2s, which are currently equipped on the car, and Michelin Pilot Super Sports.
Okay.
Either one of those brands are amazing for this car. As you've seen probably on the videos, we did a lot of marketing with Michelin and BF Goodrich. There's a car built that's a twin to this car. It's called the BF Goodrich Max R. That is an exact twin to this car.
Check that out.
Yeah, and it's all centered around the BF Goodrich platform and brand. We did a lot of testing with BF Goodrich at their proving grounds on tires and everything. So me personally, always and forever, will I run Michelin Pilot Super Sports on my S4, and I will run BF Goodrich Sport Comp 2s on this. The only reason the difference is because of the weight of the vehicle.
Yeah.
My personal preference. And then also the BF Goodrich brand is, these tires are a little cheaper than the Pilot Super Sports. But as far as the rating and everything, for this drive of a car and the weight and everything, tires are perfect.
Okay.
I love them. So
is that a 45? What's the profile on
So
that?
these should be 40s.
40s,
got
okay.
225 40 R18s.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so the tires have been replaced. Are brand new. You can still tell, still got knobbies on all the tires, and you still got the blue marks somewhere on them. I saw them on the rears the other day, but you still got the blue marks. The trip on there right now is the actual mileage on the tires.
Okay.
So I tripped it as soon as I changed the tires.
Okay.
The brakes, the brake pads have been changed at the same time that the new tires were put on.
Yep.
So you've got brand new brake pads on there, and they are the Golf R setup brakes.
Yep.
So these are the stock brakes that come on the car. As far as suspension upgrades, we need to pop it in.
Yeah.
As far as suspension upgrades, you're looking at basically you have all the Volkswagen Racing setup components on here. You've got full four-corner, fully adjustable dampening, and then of course they're coilovers, so you can raise the ride height and lower the ride height of the car. Of course, raising and lowering the ride height of the car, take the wheels off, put it on the lift, and you'll figure it out. It's a
there's a tool?
No tools required. Very simple mechanism to where all it takes is a ratchet and a star hex. Between that, untighten it, and then from there you're able to spin everything down, tighten it back up with star hex, and you're ready to roll. So whereas the tools, a lot of people have gotten away from the tools now because of binding. If you've ever had one of them, you've probably known there's a lot of binding in those. If you ride on a 30-40,000 miles and rain, snow, sleet, hail, sun, heat, cold, they start binding up. So this one is not it's a non-binding application.
The current ride height, just kind of average, or
you're probably a half an inch below stock.
Okay.
I would say probably.
So the tires are never going to hit.
Nope.
Anything.
Tires will not rub. Nope, tires will not rub. You can fit as the current ride height. If you were gonna trade and put other wheels on here, you're able to fit up to a 19 with a 225. No, yeah, a 225 40 19. That will ride on all four corners.
Okay.
Now, if you start going wider on the tires, you will have rub issues in the rear very quickly.
Okay.
So you'll have to offset your camber. As far as the Volkswagen Racing suspension though, all four corners adjustable, as I said. They have a knob right here, and as you'll see whenever you're doing it, it's got a plus and a minus. And then you just turn and click. So every little click is an adjustment. So I turned it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and now it's back on that.
Plus is harder, stiffer?
Plus is stiffer, minus is loose.
Okay.
So, or not stiff. It's the opposite of that. Currently, it's set 4 in the front, 6 in the rear. Okay. So it's more stiff in the rear to keep the back end from squatting as much when you're going under load.
Yeah.
So you're softer in the front and stiffer in the rear as it currently sits. So as I said, 6 in the front currently, 4 in the rear.
Okay.
On the rear is the same type of switch like that, except it's a round knob and you have to put your hand around it and twist like that.
Yeah.
But when you get up under, it's directly behind the wheel. You can go back there and look at it. It's directly behind the wheel, right here.
Okay.
So directly behind it, if you get on the ground and you reach under there, you're able to twist it. You'll find it. It's got little slots in it, so you can actually turn it. Very simple. As I said, just get on the ground and just twist 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're ready to go up or down.
Okay.
Front and rear as well, sway bars.
Yes.
They are adjustable sway bars. They're currently set on the medium setting.
Okay.
All right, so basically adjustable sway bars means it's got 3 holes on the end. So if you ever wanted to change the stiffness in the front or the rear, autocrossing, if you ever got into autocrossing, you're definitely going to want to stiffen up the rear even more than what it is now. Currently it's set on the middle setting on both the front and the rear. So you've got 3 holes, it's currently in the middle hole on both front and rear. As far as to change that, you have to put it on a lift, undo your tie rod or your linkage there on the end, and then just change it to the next one. So you can actually update.
We used to have to just put thicker sway bars in there, but we also we used to use triangulated strut mount bracing too.
Yeah, there's strut mounts and bracing and everything for this. Unibrace or T-Roll Sport.
Okay.
One of those 2 companies. They actually make one that goes right behind the rear seat. And if you wanted to tighten it up even more for an autocross situation,
that used to make a tremendous difference.
They're cheap and they make a huge difference to the stiffness and body roll in the rear. You can probably find the T-Roll Sport brace that goes across the rear for $225.
Okay, great.
I think the Unibrace one runs $299. Just depends on the brand, of course, that you're wanting.
Cool.
They actually have an underbody brace as well. Now Unibrace now makes one that fits with the APR exhaust. They started that configuration about 4 months ago. So in this car, it actually now is configured to fit with the APR specific exhaust.
I was wondering, this is kind of off the record a little bit, how many APR Stage 3 Golfs are there out there, you think?
Golf Rs in the world or the U.S.?
Say the U.S.
I'll give you both numbers.
Okay.
I have all
Let's
these
hear
numbers.
them. That's good.
In the U.S.
Let's see how exclusive I'm becoming here.
In the U.S., you have Stage 3 wise, I think you're at about 60.
Okay.
The rest of the world, outside of the U.S., excluding that, and the rest of the world, you're looking at about a 250.
Okay.
So there's more of these cars outside of the U.S. than there are here. There was a limited run. There were 4,000 produced, and there was another allotment produced of it as well. So there's 5,500 of these cars in the U.S., and that's it. There's no more. They had the new Mark 7 coming out, the brand new 2015 Golf R. It's a completely redesigned car, completely redesigned engine. Everything is different.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the Mark 6 Golf R, which is this car, you're looking at about 60 of these in the U.S. And also, if you're on Facebook.
I am, but I don't use. My wife created it for me.
If you get on Facebook, there is actually a group called the Golf R Owners Group.
Huh.
Very active crowd. I'm active in it all the time myself. Okay. But it's basically all of the Golf R Owners Group from around the world.
I used to be a little community. Very active in our little sports car communities. I would check that one out.
It makes it much easier now than the forum stuff. The forum stuff is so hard to navigate and get to this and that and the other. And this keeps the riffraff out of it because pretty much they screen everybody that gets in. Okay. And it's Golf R Owners Group. Just go to Facebook.
I'll check it out.
Type it in there, and there's a nice little group of guys in there. And there's some haters in there, and there's some good guys in there. Yeah. But, I keep in touch with all of those guys, and a lot of them, and that's they're a good group of guys. So, front and rear suspension. We went through the full exhaust, and of course you've got APR tips here. They're the black diamond tips. So you got stainless steel, polished stainless steel, of course, and you got the black diamond. So this is the black diamond application. The roof itself has been covered and wrapped.
Diameter of the piping all the way? The exhaust?
It's 3 inch all the way through.
Okay.
Yep, it's 3 inch all the way through. And it's got RSC technology, so it's got a can off to the side. Basically, it's a straight through design, completely. And then it has a RSC canister.
Wow,
which actually
that's clever.
Is
I like
a
that.
resonating sound cancellation chamber. So basically what it does, it goes in and it cancels out all of the drone notes that you typically would hear in a straight through exhaust. Yeah. So if you look at some of the older APR YouTube videos, you can literally put this exhaust on the ground, take a golf ball and roll it all the way through it. Nice. And it's still got all of the sound cancellation technology.
Catalytic converter, can you talk about that for a minute?
Yep. So it's got a high flow 200 cell catalytic converter. The catalytic converter, of course, is a non-EPA rated. Okay. All right. So if you do go get it to pass inspection, there's 2 suggestions. One, it's got the software already on here. Check engine light is written out. You're taken care of there. No issues. The second one, if you do have an issue with it, only thing that I would recommend is putting a spacer where the O2 bung is.
Yes, I've read about that.
There's lots of threads. There's
I
lots
can read
of
up on
information on that.
Thank you for
on
that.
the forums. Yeah,
that
but
suffices.
a spacer with the O2 bung, which will space it out. They've actually got, you can buy the spacer from someone on there that actually has the exact one that works.
Yeah. Okay.
I never put it on there because I never needed it.
Yeah.
We don't need it here in Alabama.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but if you ever do have an issue, spacer in the O2 bung and you're good to go.
We'll find out soon enough.
Euro tail lights, of course, they've been replaced. So the stock OEM ones look much worse than this, but they have been replaced with Euro tails.
Okay. Wrapping on the wrap on the top.
Yep,
You said.
so
Yeah.
the roof has been wrapped, and it was wrapped probably at a 5,000 mile mark, something like that. So the paint is going to be completely preserved under there, and it's no issues whatsoever.
Great.
93 unleaded fuel only, or higher. 93, 94, 98, 100, 104. As long as it's unleaded, you can go all the way up to 110 race fuel unleaded, and it will take it just fine.
Will the 93 map run 100?
Yeah, so basically the fuel is not what's going. As long as you go up in fuel and not down, it will not hurt anything.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So basically, as
You
long
can
as you're
run
not,
93 with 100 fuel in
as
it.
long as you don't have ping and knock and stuff like that, then
If you start hearing pinging and knocking, then you might want to put some better fuel in it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would never recommend running 93 on the 100. That is a detonating bomb waiting to happen.
Yeah.
The ignition is advanced so much on that software that it could be bad.
Okay.
So it's not that the engine's going to blow, but you're
Sure.
definitely going to have something that's going to go wrong in the actual hardware.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, come over here. I'm going to show you just real quick switching programs, just so you can see it firsthand here. All right. So basically, you've got switching programs. You use it on the cruise control stalk. So basically, all of the programs are stored in the computer. Currently, the car is set up with stock, 93, 100, valet. All right, that is important because that is the order of the programs.
Okay.
First one, stock. Second one, 93. Third one, 100. Fourth one, valet. All right, so you want to turn your ignition on, and then you want cruise control on, and then you hit the set button. And basically, you're going to see some lights start flashing on the dash up here. You see it's flashing one. What, you see the check engine light flashing?
Yeah.
That's one. And then two. See the boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 100. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's valet mode.
Nice.
All right. So valet mode. Basically, if you lock it into valet mode, all right. So we're going to cycle the key back off and cycle the key back on. Excuse me. You want to wait until the EPC lights stop blinking before you crank. Sorry.
Okay. And it even gave a little ding there.
I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, it won't crank.
Okay.
It'll just sit there and burr, 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 burr.
Okay.
So after the EPC and check engine lights stop flashing, alternating like that, then you can crank it. Now you're in valet mode. All right. What valet mode means? Basically, you are locked out to a RPM level and a speed level. So this car right now will not go any faster than 35 miles per hour.
Okay.
So it's literally valet mode.
Yeah.
If you ever want to go take it in valet, you're scared of, whoever it
Sure.
is.
RPMs,
then,
what are those limited to?
On valet mode, 3,500.
Oh, 3,500.
Yep.
Okay. And
Yep.
3,500, 35 miles. Okay, good.
Yeah. So basically, when you get, if you leave the house and just the keys are there, the kids are there, or something of that nature, and you're scared, your kid's going to go get in the car and want to take it, lock it in valet mode, and then put it on that, and they will never be able to go anywhere.
Okay.
They're not going to get anywhere fast, I should say. All right, so it's currently locked in valet mode.
Okay.
All right, so I turned it back off. I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to go through the process again so I can put it back to 93. So I hold the set button. Check engine light's going to start blinking. 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, and then I just release. Turn it off.
So anytime within that cycle of 2s or 3s or whatever it is. Okay.
Anytime within it. Then turn it back on. See them blinking?
Yep.
Wait till that stops.
Any way to verify what mode it's in? Like, oh, did I accidentally wait too long or no?
No,
Okay.
you would just need to cycle back through.
Okay.
Because you can cycle back through. When it gets to 4, all you got to do is hit and hold down set again, and you can cycle back through if you have question about it.
I'll be scared of accidentally put it into 100 octane, you know, when I think it's 93.
Yep. As far as there's also, and you can YouTube this. I'm not going to go through all this.
Sure, that's
There's
fine.
a security lockout and anti-theft mode.
Uh-huh.
So security lockout is it's the code that you're able to lock it into a program to where no one else is able to change it unless they have the code. Code is 1212.
Yeah.
On this one.
Okay.
Very simple. 1212. If you ever have any question about anything, just email me and
cool.
I'll send it to you. Anti-theft as well, you'll be able to find that too. You can lock it in anti-theft, and what it does is if you ever were to leave your car somewhere and someone were to try to steal it, basically it deactivates the gas pedal.
Okay.
So they can crank it up, they can get it, they hit that gas pedal, it's not going to do anything. Nothing. So it's anti-theft mode.
That'll take some time to figure out too.
Well, it's actually worked overseas in certain countries to where people have to lock their stuff in an anti-theft, and they've had people that have broken into their vehicles and they have like ran and they left the car running.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get it turned back off, and then they couldn't get it to go anywhere because it's literally pedal is locked out.
You were saying something about the handle here?
Yep. So Kessie system. Basically all of Volkswagens now come, or not all of them, but the higher model Volkswagens come with the Kessie system. See a little indentation right here? So as long as you have the key right here, it's probably, here, take that and step back just a hair. Might be a little confused. Let's see. See that?
Okay.
Okay, so that locks.
So in other words, you don't have to take the fob out of your pocket if you're within reach of it.
No, it's.
But this one is messing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the idea behind it?
Correct. That is the idea behind it.
Okay.
Key fob stays in your pocket.
Yeah.
Walk up the door, grab the handle, and it recognizes you.
Okay, gotcha.
Also, as I showed you the other day, lock it. All the windows are up. If you hit the unlock and you hold it down after you've hit it, the windows will roll down.
Okay.
All 4 windows. All right, but it will not activate the sunroof.
Yeah.
All right. You hit the lock twice. Hold it down. If the sunroof is open, it will close it as well as the windows.
Okay, gotcha. That's a
and
nice
then it's
feature.
just like that.
Yeah.
Inside, of course, you have see it just unlocked and open for me just by putting my hand on it. Of course, you've got New South Performance boost gauge here. Shows everything in vacuum or up to 30 psi in boost.
Okay.
Typically, you're going to run 27, 28 pounds of boost. Spike at about 31 every now and then. Outside of that, you're pretty much golden though. Of course, electronic seats, both sides.
Is the manual in the glove compartment for the audio?
Yep, everything's over there. Of course, like I said, you've got Monster Mat upgrades, and the stock formats are in the rear and have never been used. So they are 100% clean. The 2 Monster Mats in the rear too. It's got Dyne Audio system in it. Dyne Audio for these cars now it's really good. The aftermarket car stereo market has pretty much went downhill, I would say. Because these guys have upgraded so much. But the Dyne Audio, I personally really like it. The headset, of course, you have Bluetooth. Bluetooth to the car all works, and it's actually not like it's not like your crappy model cars with just it has Bluetooth. This one actually works. You can actually hear people in the car, and they can hear you very well. It cancels out a lot of the background noise very well.
And some of the Bluetooth models don't play music through, but of course it plays.
This one does.
Okay.
Yeah, this one does. That one does not.
Interesting.
The Audi MMIs do not until the 4th generation of their MMI, which came out in 2014. But up until that point, they did not. So,
okay, great.
I had to, but this
small
one,
thing.
Good.
I'm more about the performance, but it's nice to play my music through my phone.
So you've got that. Of course, you got seat heaters too. You just push the button on the seat heaters there. You can see it. It's the round knob. You just push it. It's got a seat heater if you're in the heated seats for some reason.
If you're a girl, basically.
Correct. I really can't think of much else.
I think you hit it all.
You've got the manual here. Actually, I do need to check this. I haven't checked this to see if I have anything in here.
Personal stuff.
Yeah, I might need all of that.
Yeah.
I'll get that in a second. All right, so you've got all of the original Volkswagen stuff. Oh, thank you. Look at this. The original sticker. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I don't even remember looking at the sticker price when I bought
Yeah.
the car. There was no question about it when I bought it.
Yeah.
I had it delivered to the office, literally.
Ah.
I had to sign the paperwork. I didn't question the price or anything. So this car actually is loaded. The only two options that you get with the Golf R is with sunroof with navigation, or without sunroof without navigation. That's it. There's no other options. Yeah, I need all my tag. I need to take all of that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope. I'm gonna shut the video off. Thank